As humans, we experience anything between 12,000 to 78,000 thoughts a day. So we can literally say all the affirmations that we want. But the thing is, there is no way anyone can manage all of those thoughts, and your thoughts definitely affect how you feel. And how you feel affects the actions you take and the vibrational reality that you reflect. And so if feeling is really the secret, and you've been feeling like you're kind of like this dog, just thinking of my dog, she's sitting here, and you're literally like chasing your tails, being like, okay, I gotta think the positive thought, then I gotta feel it, and then something happens, like it knocks you out of feeling, and you're just like your head's literally exploding at times, and you're wondering, how do people do it? This video is going to be very potent for you, because I'm gonna permanently change how you perceive, how you feel when it comes to your manifestations. Because Neville Goddard says, feeling is the secret. And for the longest time, I actually thought how I always feel is the secret. But the thing is, it's impossible to always feel good. In fact, this is what leads a lot of people to spiritually bypass or to suppress their trauma. We're gonna break down today a couple of things. Before we get going, hi, my name is Atena. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new on this channel, I teach you to love yourself unconditionally and manifest your greatest reality. And if that's something you're interested in, you should consider subscribing to this channel. Point number one, Neville Goddard says feeling is the secret. But the thing is, we often presume that we need to feel worthy or we need to feel good enough, but that's not exactly what he says. What he's actually referring to is having faith. And I actually broke down what this process of having faith is, because faith is literally, sorry if I look here, it's because I have my notes. And I noticed that I talk a lot because I love to talk, and I'm like, let me just stay focused and concise for these people, because your time is precious, your time is valuable, and I want to give you the value. Yeah. Okay, so when the vision comes to you, right? Whether it's in a moment of silence, whether it's a moment of realization, whether it's through a meditation, the vision comes. It's a desire that's in your heart, which I feel like is the purest of them all. This is literally God speaking to you. This is literally why your soul came on this earth to manifest. What you desire is very important. And when you consciously awaken to that desire, it's super important to know that your biggest job is to hold faith. And faith is, like, the definition is complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Trust is a firm belief in reliability, truth, or in the ability of something or someone. And confidence is the feeling or belief that one can have faith or rely on someone or something. Now, what's a belief? Belief is actually choosing an acceptance that something exists or is true, especially without proof. So when you have this desire that manifests, that you're like, I have this desire, and understand that when you are being called to feel into it, the truth is you're being called to feel the faith that this desire belongs to you. It's meant for you. And that I'm gonna link a couple of videos where I talk about this, understand, especially the one where I talk about we are all lying to ourselves. Know that your brain is a record of the past. So when you seek to build a bridge between your faith through your belief systems, and in the past you don't have the data to back it up, faith asks you to build the belief system, borrow the belief system. And this is the great time to come into the second part of this video. Why is it so hard to believe? We are born, I believe, with our soul mission. And our brain, though, is blank. And this is where the conflicts begin, because I believe that no matter how much subconscious negative programming you have, cultural suppression, you will always have a feeling inside of what is meant for you. That's the feeling that's faith. That's the feeling Neville is talking about to pull you forward. But as you're born, you give all these theories of thoughts from society, you start forming thoughts inside your brain, then feel the thoughts your thoughts start producing different feelings about who you are in the world, and that will determine your identity coherence of the actions you take or don't take. And then you go into a perpetual state of confirming who you are, how you know yourself, how the world is. And when you want to break this pattern, so like even with a goal of manifesting $1,000, right? And for some of you, that may be a lot. For some of you, you're like, okay, well, manifesting $1,000, that's kind of a waste of time. I really recommend you don't look at any of it as a waste of time. Whatever it is that you have, big, small, all of it, give it that focused attention. Notice that when you have a system of belief that comes up, that resists it, that tells you you're not worthy of this desire, the feeling of your faith, and there's a, oh man, am I making sense? Like, I'm so passionate. Let me just read my freaking notes, man, because I feel like I'm like getting good at it. Is everyone else like this? Like, comment below. Like, you get so passionate that you're like, oh my gosh, am I even making sense? Here's the thing. This is probably the most important part of understanding. You are going to very much at times feel low. It's impossible to always feel good. In fact, it's impossible to also always feel worthy. Most of us, actually all of us, are conditioned into our sense of self-worth as humans, as beings, by the age of 3. And this is highly dependent on your parents. So I just want you to think back. Like, my mom, when she gave birth to me, she loved me, she gave me all the praise. But at the end of the day, how were women treated in society at that time? Were your parents in an argument at that time? Look at how society has literally treated different social classes at any given time. And that installs a feeling in babies to feel whether or not they're worthy. Babies understand vibrations more than anything else. And so know that when you have these thoughts, these beliefs, these thoughts that have been wiring together, own it. Own it, but understand that it doesn't define you. And in fact, the very fact that you are here and we're talking here, while I'm talking, you're listening, it means that you are here to transcend it. Because I'll tell you something, not everyone comes in this life to transcend things. And this is something I used to believe, but I realized some people are here to just rest. Those are people who are just like, their life is like idly passing them by. Maybe it's their first or second life. Maybe they just want to take a break from all this breakthrough world, right? So know that if you're here, it's for a reason. And so I want you to write these down. Write down all the things that make you feel unworthy, that want to break your faith, want to break that belief that you had, that initial feeling that says, I desire this. I'm awakened to this. And to break down the thoughts that are stopping you from it. And one of the things that I learned very early on, and I'm so grateful because it has been the tool that has like probably low-key changed life the most, is understanding how to break automatic distorted thoughts. And that's a loaded, unsexy term. And I have an ebook actually that is below that I call Let Go of Low Vibe Mindset, where I basically walk you through this so that you can change your mindset, clean up your mindset, and stop the negative distortion that stops you from seeing reality and vibrationally matching to the thoughts that you want to hire and wire together. You can also get this through this book called The Self-Esteem Workbook on Amazon. So I'm gonna pop that I'm gonna pop that book here because maybe you have some Amazon points. I'm all for access here. Okay, taking a deep breath. I have to learn to freaking breathe as I talk. This is another thing that happens when you're passionate. You're like, sorry, hi honey, want to say hello to everyone? She's very unimpressed with what I'm doing. Okay, now we're getting into the third part of the video. Neville Goddard speaks about abandoning the version of you that does not resonate. Like, basically, he's asking, in a nutshell, the part of your brain that's a record of the past that wants to hold you down, that ego identity part of you that wants to hold you down, that says you're not good enough, you can't make it, look, and start seeking the evidence in the opposite way. He's like, abandon that version. And so, okay, I have some things in my head. This could not be more accurate, but most people don't know how to do this. And the secret it shouldn't be a secret. So you got to learn how to connect to your vision. And if you don't know how to connect to your vision, I'm going to link a meditation here that will activate your third eye, and it will get you to literally connect with your inner intuition and connect with the energies of the cosmos, connect with the voice of the God within you. So I'm going to link that. And then through that connection of your intuition, which I feel, by the way, intuition is the secret to manifestation. Intuition is like probably subject for a whole other video, but like as you do that meditation, you're going to connect with your intuition, and then to build your self-concept through this intuitive insight. And this self-concept, again, you're going to need to learn to let go of automatic negative distorted thoughts. And there's no singular video that's going to teach you this. This is something you got to go through. And then you got to use, actually I have a really good video on self-concept using the mirror technique. The mirror technique, where you look at yourself in the mirror and you train your eyes, you train your mind to see the version of you that is already taking those actions. You start small and you build and you build and you build. And it's not that you disregard everything that goes against it, but you take the time every day for 5, 10, 15 minutes, heck, whatever you want, to revisit the parts of you that went against it. So this can look like, literally, I do this every night inside my journal, step into the chrysalis. Wait, let me plug it in, because I plug it in every video. I ain't gonna stop now, honey. So like literally every night inside the journal, step into the chrysalis. I'm gonna link this journal below because it's a game changer for self-concept. I will revisit my day. I'm like, how did I feel today? And I will write the various feelings that I had, the thoughts that I had. And if there's a thought or a feeling that brings me down in the sense that is trying to break my faith, right? So there's a difference between, and I hope this doesn't get too complicated, but there's a difference between dealing with your shadow self and then dealing with toxic thoughts that don't serve you. Automatic negative distorted thoughts are toxic thoughts that don't serve you. I deal with both. I'm like, okay, I've had this repetitive toxic negative thought today based on my experience. How can I reframe this? How can I rewire this in the sense that what you perceive is not the ultimate truth. It's what your filter is choosing to perceive. Clean the filter. Ask God, ask the angels. Like, something that I love to do is like, God, angels, universe, I am willing to see it differently. Show it to me differently. Bring a new thought into my pattern. I will open up, even like people don't like to talk about like social media being a positive influence, but I will literally open up my social media. My camera's always overheating. If someone has a good camera recommendation, like freaking drop it below. I need that shit. I will open up social media and literally the right piece of content will show up. Anyways, if you want more tools on this, I'm going to link a video where I talk about the mirror technique and the revisiting self-concept technique. It's a 16-minute live that I did, and it's very concise and potent, and it will really walk you through it. And so let's reframe. Let's go over it. When you have a vision and a desire, the feeling is the faith that you allow yourself to feel, that yes, this does belong to me. As you feel this faith, understand that your belief systems may not all be supportive, and your beliefs will affect how you feel on a day-to-day. It's your job and your duty to recognize, dismantle, and rewire those. And sometimes you're not going to rewire them altogether. Like, you can very much manifest without having fully rewired. In fact, I think that that's most of life. Like, I speak about, I almost want to like take out my old videos of like how I manifested my husband, because I made a choice to love myself. I manifested him. And through the building of our relationship, I began to feel worthy of the relationship that I was in. I did not feel worthy before. Okay? So understanding that this working on dismantling old belief systems and rewiring yourself as you go along, it is a component. And number 3, being really unapologetic about abandoning the past version of you. And this is probably the most rewarding and the most challenging part. And the 4th one, this one, Don't hate me for saying it. Or hate me. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna keep it short because I think it's gonna be subject for many other videos. I'm gonna start by saying I'm not a doctor. And this isn't the form of a disclaimer at all. Because if doctors had their way with me, with my negative thoughts and the feelings that I was feeling every single day, I'd be on some form of opioids. In fact, there are doctors that prescribe me hardcore medications. And it's not to shame the doctors or whatever, but I believe that if you are someone who suffers from a lot of negative thoughts and you feel low constantly, it's not an accident you're here on this video. I suffered from functional depression so long, like I think as long as I can remember. You have got to make it a priority to feel good, not because you're going to receive a reward on the other side, because that's a very toxic tendency of manifestation. And I don't want to shame it, because that's how I started anyways. I was like, well, once I feel good, once I feel worthy, I will receive the thing. You got to just let yourself say, how do I find my peace today? What are the things that I got to do? What are the generational traumas that have been passed down to me that keep playing in my head, that have taken over my body, that I need to let go of? And what are the decisions I need to make? I believe that doing any form of therapeutic somatic modality in combination with plant medicine, so psilocybin mushrooms, I have a video that I talked about 5-MeO-DMT. These are going to really help you see your life in a better way and to make firm decisions of toxic tendencies that you've got to let go, like alcohol. And I'm sorry that it took me this long to talk about it, but alcohol is literal poison for the mind, poison for the body. And it's, again, not to shame people who drink, but understand that if you're in a place where you don't feel good most of the time, you gotta cut out alcohol out of your life. You gotta cut out any substance. This could also be eating a tub of ice cream at night or literally eating garbage every day. These lower your vibrations, lower your mood, lower your constant daily state of being. And you are, by fact, an accumulation of states of being. You can't think positive enough to break out of those. And so that's the fourth thing that I just wanted to talk about low-key. Anyways, let me know if this video served you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, I'm sending you so much love. So many blessings are coming your way. And whatever you have that is in your heart, that you have a vision, it is meant for you. With love. Bye. It's like, what is that? I thought it was on my camera. Hello. Okay.